Jason, what are your thoughts on Michelin-star restaurants?
I've never actually gone to one, but I mean, I'd want to go to one.
Yes, I've actually never gone to one
Really?
either. No,
I'm
I bet I
surprised.
would want to go to one.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what is something that you do know about Michelin-star restaurants? Specifically, the pricing. What do you know about it?
Does it go up to $5?
Oh my God.
Lots of dollars. Very expensive.
It is really
Typically.
expensive. So the thing is that there was a Michelin-star restaurant that's closing because it was too expensive.
What?
Yeah,
Too expensive.
too expensive. Yes.
Okay, I mean that makes sense. I mean, I guess it could get a Michelin star for the quality food, but the food could be this expensive. I don't think the Michelin star reflects it being a value of any kind.
Yes. So the thing is, this restaurant called DNS, I'm pretty sure this is Epic, but it's EIPIC. I'm just going to say Epic, by the way. Was a Michelin star restaurant that's closing after 26 years because the costs have become too expensive for both customers and restaurant operator.
That's interesting because typically it'd be, well, I guess if they're charging more money because their prices have gone up, then, I mean, yeah.
But okay, so this is the question that I was grappling with at the same time, because I'm pretty sure you're grappling with it at the same time. It's like food could only cost so much, right? No?
No, it could be,
It could
depends on the quality of the food.
Yes,
If you have
but,
good quality.
but if you're buying already the top quality, then
I
how
mean, it
much
could go
more is it
more.
going to go up?
Way more. Inflation, 10%.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
10% on like $100. Yeah.
By the way, I've seen the Costco video of this guy going through inflation from some of those food prices was like 50%.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Some of the inflation, or like even like what is it, shrinkflation? You're
Oh,
you're
yeah.
getting like smaller amounts for the same amount of money.
Yes. So the thing is that the restaurant cites the impact from COVID, and this is the most interesting part here, the price sensitivity from consumers. So
That's interesting though. I don't know
yeah, see,
about that one. Like when a Michelin star restaurant talks about like price sensitivity of their audience, that's kind of weird because like I feel like the demographic for who goes to a Michelin star restaurant is different than like, oh, like a Papa John's or
like
Domino's.
you're comparing a Papa John's to a Michelin star restaurant. I think
Yeah.
this was a 1 Michelin star, by the way. I don't think it was 3 Michelin stars. So, but the thing
Fair.
is that we know Michelin stars to be very expensive. Like, so being a price sensitive consumer, what would that mean? Because as a consumer that you're going there and it's going to be expensive. Because like for me, if I want to go to a Michelin star restaurant, I would be expecting to pay at least $500 or more.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
No way?
No.
Okay.
You
Really?
haven't looked recently, have you? It's like 200 something.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
okay.
for a course meal.
But see, in my mind, I think
That's a
already
lot.
that it's expensive. That expensive, yes.
I mean, probably at the end of the night to try it with everything. Yeah.
I think if you get a bottle, I think it's all past 500.
I've seen like some where it's like they do the like wine pairings. Those ones can be like that much. Where
yeah,
they
with the
pair
wine.
like each like meal or course you have like a specific wine pairing, and like those ones do get pretty pricey.
Okay, so let me tell you this, by the way. This was very interesting that the restaurant plans to relaunch,
Oh, nice.
but it's planned with a new focus.
Are they a food truck now?
Oh my God!
No way. Oh.
No,
I was
no,
like, wait, what?
no. That would be insane if it was. But no,
One
they're
star Michelin starred truck.
a Michelin star truck would go pretty hard. But no, they are going for a value for money. Yeah.
They have a value menu now.
So the thing is, this is very interesting actually because I don't think this is the first Michelin star restaurant to go and branch off to something that's more value for money, because there is a San Francisco based restaurant that also had done that during the pandemic, during COVID. They launched a side business of providing chicken sandwiches at a lower price. The chicken sandwiches were like still $20.
I mean,
believe
that's
it was
really
like
pricey
$20.
for chicken sandwich.
Yes, but it was from a Michelin star restaurant, and then they spun it off as its own business. So
I think there's a whole difference between like you charge a lot of money for good quality food, but also like volume, like makes a lot of money. If you can turn over a lot of customers, that's a like, a lot more turnover because like those people who pay $20 might come back.
Yeah.
Like $20 for a meal like is expensive, but like maybe not like super expensive for San Francisco.
Yes, I totally agree with you on that. If they're able to churn these people out, like going through all these customers at a lower price, then yeah, it would ideally you could probably like, make more money than
because if you have what is it like $20, so 5 customers is $100, and then you need times 10 or no times 5 is for the $500 meal.
Oh yes,
so
yes.
25 customers that come in for a $20 meal.
Yeah, that it wouldn't take long for you to go and do. It wouldn't take long for especially a business that has a reputation of being a Michelin star to gain all these customers. But it did remind me of that, by the way, when they mentioned that they were going to relaunch with the plan for value for money. That's initially what I thought. I actually thought that
it's interesting that they're going to get rid of their main one and then also launch this because I feel like the fact that they have the Michelin star is like the draw-in factor for the other restaurant. Like you can't say like, oh, it's made by a Michelin star. It's like made by a former Michelin star, and it's not the same.
It's not the same
meaning,
prestige. Yeah. But the thing is, too, this Michelin star was located in a place where there wasn't that many people. It was like, yes, it was not in a very populated area, but it was still tasted. It's still like got a Michelin star. But let me tell you the price, though, because I did write down the price on an average tasting menu that they had. And I want to know your opinion on.
We'll tell this after you consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button.
Yes. So, and I want to say that we put out videos daily. We have a library of over 200 videos. We talk about varying topics. And you know what? Subscribing only takes a second, and it does really help out the channel. Another thing that... it is free, unlike this Michelin star restaurant.
Fair.
So getting back into it, I want your guess on this tasting menu that they had. So I want a
tasting menu for the new restaurant or a tasting menu from their old
restaurant.
Yikes! You're saying 500. I feel
That's
like
what I thought. That's what I thought initially.
300? Is that $300 for tasting menu?
You were actually a lot closer with your original guess of
200.
Yeah, because their tasting menu, because it wasn't. By the way, this was not in a very populated city. It was not where like a very urban area. They had a tasting menu of $123.
Oh,
it was around 100 euros. Yeah.
Interesting. So. What is the style of this restaurant?
I don't actually remember, but I will put it up right here.
Okay, because I do know if it's like it depends on the type of restaurant a lot of times too, where like if you're doing like a sushi stuff, like the price of fish and whatever raw stuff can be pretty like fluctuate crazy depending on the year. Yes,
but I did want to mention this, by the way. This is the actual very last thing that what they mentioned. It was that the cost of food had increased, right? But the thing is that it was the cost of delivering expectations that had doubled.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, like the cost to have waiting staff? Is that what you're saying or no?
The thing is that for my interpretation on this, when they mention this, is that you expect when you go to a Michelin star restaurant to have excellent service, to have everything pristine, and to have to dine on just like how you would perceive as luxury. Yeah. But I think that's where they were falling short of and delivering a more stripped back view of it. And then the customers wouldn't come in because it
wasn't as fancy.
Yeah, it wasn't as fancy. That's from what I gathered from it.
Yeah, because you want to go there and be like, especially when you're paying like $125 or whatever for just the tasting menu. That's like a significant amount. You have to pay for 2, so it's $250 before tip and tax. Yeah. So it's like if you're not going to go, because that's like a date night or birthday thing, maybe your anniversary, and like to not go to a place that's like fancy, and it's like,
but the thing is that There was, I believe, another person that mentioned that restaurants now are going to be focusing more on the food quality and stripping back some of those things to cut cost, which makes sense. Like you would want to
Interesting.
focus on the food rather than the ambiance.
I don't know. I think a lot of it is part of like the ambiance to in my opinion, because like I feel like at some point, like even at like a nice restaurant, like I don't know if you can really perceive the difference between like 1, 2, 3 stars or like a really nice place like without a star or anything. Like good food is good food, but then like there's like that extra little bit that's like, special.
The funny thing about this is that it reminded me also of this TikTok that went around where the guy was eating chocolate sauce off his hands, and then he had like macaroon, like he had like volcano macaroons or something like that, and then he had like the smallest like piece of meat, and it was
God.
like $500 or something like that. It was super expensive, but it just reminded me of that and how people perceive like the luxury of it. The guy actually didn't look like he was having that good of a time, to be honest. But I don't know. I would want to hear the opinions of our viewers down below. Would you ever go to a Michelin-star restaurant? Do you think it's too much money? Do you think you're paying for the experience rather than the food? I just would want to know.
I think I personally think it's the experience, because it's like it has to be different than a normal dining experience, like to make it make sense. Like I don't know.
You know what to actually, very last thing, I watched the menu. Okay. I watched the menu. If anyone in the comments, if anyone seeing this has watched it, let me know down below if you see some parallels to all of this. But that's the very last thing. Yeah, let us know.